Welcome everybody to Wrestlestop. My name is Joe. This is
Jeff.
And what's the date today, Jeff? I know it's not 2006 like it was last time we recorded.
Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. Thank you very much.
February 10th, 2026. We're recording a little bit late. Getting Wrestlestop 2.0 ready. You can see the tarp behind me. This will be the final video for Wrestlestop 1.0, Jeff. The final video. Next full video, because I think we're streaming after this. So if we stream after this, it's still going to be this. But our next full video will be Wrestlestop 2.0. A lot of work went into that mess, and we'll talk about that then. But yeah, let's go ahead and, this video we're covering Raw, SmackDown, any other news and tidbits that we've come across in the last week. And yeah, let's roll our old intro for the final time, Jeff.
Alrighty. I can't wait to hear about your titty bitties.
My titty bitties. I don't know what that means. And then roll it. All right, we're back with our titty bitties. So like I kind of briefly talked about right now, just so you guys are in the loop, I want to be transparent. 2.0 is happening behind us here. Almost done. Tried to get it done for this video. Didn't happen. Some delays in shipping, me being lazy, lots of things came up, and it was a lot of work, a lot more work than I had originally planned. So, but we're almost there. I'm like 95% done with it. So
can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it I've seen the pictures and teases here and there.
And all this was up before he got here.
I have not seen what's behind the curtain. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
That's right. But I think you guys are going to like the new look. My vision for it is going to be great. But anyway, so we got SmackDown and Raw we're going to cover real quick, and I'm going to let Jeff start.
Alrighty. Well, SmackDown started. Drew was coming down to give a promo in the ring. Got attacked by Cody. Drew ran out. Cody, I don't know. I thought his promo was kind of lame. His yelling, and he got on the mic and started talking about, Roman and CM Punk having a junk measuring contest, and don't they know that everybody calls him Raheem or whatever the joke is? I just thought it was terrible. He's worse. He might be worse as a heel. Maybe I don't want him to make a heel turn because whatever that was lame. And then Cody got removed from the building, but I was not impressed with his heel type promo.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember back. That's why we got to start recording videos right after. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was kind of dumb, and he ran off Drew McIntyre, which kind of became like the
theme of the night.
The theme of the night, which to me almost plays into what CM Punk and Roman Reigns were talking about last time, where it's the weaker division again, the weaker title. It kind of made Drew look weak. I don't know. That's how I felt about it. I don't know. Yeah, but it was kind of dumb.
Alrighty. Followed that up was a tag team championship match. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus Julia and Kiana James. I was surprised that at the end that Julia took the pin.
Yeah, I was shocked by that too.
Me. I figured that's why Kiana James was there. Now they have been pushing Kiana lately. She had a great showing at the Royal Rumble.
She did, but Julia is the champion.
Julia is the champ. I was very shocked that she took the pin in that match. I thought it was a great match, but I was very shocked that Julia took the pin. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, why? That's what Kiana James was there for. Unless they are trying to protect Kiana James now and they want to push her, maybe they're setting up a Julia Kiana James breakup feud, and then Kiana James is gonna win the title from Julia. I don't know, but yeah, it was very strange for Julia of all people to take that pin because she's that champion. It, again, going back to what we just said about Drew McIntyre, it makes that title look soft.
Yeah. Again, you normally put somebody in that match so your big stars don't take a pin. So, moving on, next up we had Carmelo versus The Miz in a U.S. Championship match, the Open Challenge. I like the Open Challenge. It keeps at least one title match a week, but man, am I getting tired of seeing the same wrestlers over and over and over.
I think the Open Challenge was cool for a minute, because it was always a surprise who was coming out. But I think they need to put Carmelo Hayes in like an actual feud rather than just every week somebody random. I think there needs to be an actual storyline there other than I defend my title every week. And now the matches are good.
Yeah.
Even the match with The Miz was good.
Yeah. But we've seen the last 6 weeks to 2 months, it's been
Dragunov.
It's been Dragunov and Carmelo. It's been The Miz, and it's been the two guys
from Axiom.
Axiom and then or the other guys. Your boy Ciampa before he left, and Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's been other guys, like I think Shinsuke had a match in there. It's just, it seems like Dragunov, like he had his turn. I know you like him. I don't like his matches. I don't know.
I think he's a good wrestler.
He's a good wrestler. I don't know. I don't like his finisher move, which then I don't like his matches.
Big punch. You don't like that? I think it's cool.
You've got guys like giant guys like Drew McIntyre that punch people all match long and can't finish them. And little Dragunov, again, little compared to Drew McIntyre, punches somebody and finishes them. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I prefer big time finishers and goofy finishers like Mello's nothing but net. I'm sure Dragunov's super punch elbow would hurt more, but just, something coming off the top rope with the, the Hogan leg drop to the back of the neck.
So you're okay
like
then.
Unique.
Just going off on a side quest real quick in the Royal Rumble with Brock Lesnar no selling Dragunov's moves.
I've seen that on the internet. I don't remember seeing that in the Royal Rumble, but I have seen people complaining about that.
Yeah, it was kind of crap.
Yeah,
but
so
this isn't a Rumble.
Yeah, so we'll move on. Like I said, I like the idea of the match. I'd like to see more using this to bring up some guys from NXT or give some young blood or get, like I said, or give Carmelo Hayes. He's not only a good wrestler, he's good on the mic. I think he could be involved in a really cool storyline. So we'll see where they go there.
Who would you like to see him feud against?
At this point, like get him with some of these younger wrestlers. Let's see, let's get him against the bouncy boy from Raw.
Yeah, Javon Evans and Carmelo probably put up some
good,
pretty good matches.
Good match.
How about Oba?
I mean, at that point, like I think it'd be a good small guy versus a big guy. Those matches can be entertaining if done right. But Oba would destroy him.
He should.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think Carmelo Hayes needs to be in an actual storyline if they want to push him up. He's a good wrestler. We get it. Yeah. Now give him a storyline.
So, next up, there was a pre-taped promo with Uncle Howdy, talking about Solo taking the lantern. I don't really care for these pre-taped
I got to figure out how to make those
promos. Oops. Any thoughts on Uncle Howdy and the MFTs and all that nonsense going around?
What was the question?
Moving on. Okay. Next up, we had a triple threat match for the women's elimination chamber. We had Lash Legend versus
Moving on.
I can't talk. Jeez, old Pete. We had Lash Legend versus Tiffany Stratton versus Chelsea Green. Tiffany came out on top. No surprise there. Chelsea Green, it does look like did hurt her ankle. Unfortunately,
her ankle up.
She's going to be out for a while. I don't know. Hopefully, it's not anything surgery.
I think they said she just sprained it.
Okay, I saw the pictures online. It looked pretty nasty, but she was not able to wrestle the next night. So her and Ethan Page lost their mixed AAA tag team championships
to Iguana.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Tiffy winning that match? And I thought it was
that was kind of very predictable, and I think all of these elimination chamber matches are going to be predictable.
Except for next week's Raw, which we can talk about a little later.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what match you're talking about. I guess we'll get to that. But
Sami Zayn versus Cody versus Fatu.
Yeah, I think that's predictable as well.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm Joe Stradamus, don't forget. But yeah, I think it was predictable. It's fine. Tiffany Stratton's back now, and she's going to go to the Elimination Chamber because she was the champion before she went out. So it makes sense.
Yep. Backstage interview with Randy Orton talking about that he has been in more Elimination Chamber matches than anyone else. He's been in 9 to date. So if he wins that night on SmackDown, this will be his 10th Elimination Chamber.
It's been around a long time.
Yes.
That's all that tells me.
So,
It's been around a long time.
Yep. So
if he wins, is that what you said?
That if he wins, well, we don't know what happened yet. We haven't discussed it.
Oh. Well, okay. It's been like a week.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Most
Next-
people who are watching doesn't know what happened.
Next up, Kit Wilson comes down to the ring, starts slamming the Royal Rumble, saying it's a toxic match. It's toxic masculinity. And then your boy's music starts playing. Obafemi comes out and just literally destroys him.
Yeah, I think this is kind of very similar to how I felt when he destroyed the War Raiders the week before. This was an actual match, though, I guess. But Kit Wilson is he was getting crowd pops, right? He wasn't, I wouldn't say he's a main eventer, but a mid-tier guy. I think he kind of fits that role. The crowd was liking him. They like his stupid gimmick.
Yeah, boy.
And then to have, well, he doesn't do that.
No, I know. It makes
but just then to have Obafemi come out and just squash him in one or two moves. I get it's hard, man. It's hard for me to pick on that because I like Obafemi. He should be a champion, or at least I know he's new in the main roster. But to have him squash a guy who is getting crowd reactions.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, with him squashing the War Raiders and squashing Kit Wilson, who are both they're all three of them are, successful wrestlers who've had careers and have done stuff. They can't then turn around and have him wrestle Carmelo for a U.S. title. I think they're pushing him this. He has to go for one of the main titles. He has to go for one of the heavyweight championships. He has to start wrestling a Cody Rhodes, a Randy Orton,
I mean, I guess if Joe Stradamus puts his hat on and starts thinking, I think there is, just based on how the Royal Rumble went, I think, and that Saturday night's main event, I think there's an Obafemi versus Drew McIntyre program probably coming. I don't know if it'll be for the title, though.
Yeah.
But at least that's somebody else.
Alrighty. So where are we here? So, okay. Drew McIntyre attempts to come to the ring again. This time, Fatu interrupts and destroys him. And Nick sends Fatu home instead to go home with Cody. So
every week now they do the same thing. People are getting sent home. There's a masked man. It's like every week is the same. That's all. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, every week is the same. Someone's getting sent home. Multiple people are getting sent home. And then some guy at the end comes out with a mask on.
Alrighty.
The Triple H way.
Yeah. So, one thing I was happy about with SmackDown, there was 8 matches on SmackDown, which is the most matches they've had in a long time. I think they've been hovering right around 4 or 5 matches.
Let's say 7. Kit Wilson and Obafemi wasn't a match.
It was a match. I mean, at least there was a bell rang. It wasn't just, 6 matches, 7 matches, 8 matches. It's better than the 4 and 5 we've been getting.
Yeah, I agree.
So next up, match Shinsuke versus Tamatanga.
This is another callback match.
Yeah, I guess they've got history going back to New Japan. They've had a little bit of feud. Didn't the MFTs interfere with Shinsuke's match for like the U.S. title or something at one point?
Yeah,
I think
a while ago. Yeah,
it's been one of those second or third tier rivalries that's been going back and forth. But I thought it was a pretty good match. Tamatonga's gotten a lot better. They gave him a new finisher, the cutthroat. Again, going back to me not liking Dragunov's finisher, I thought this was just lame. He just runs and elbows you.
He's been doing it for a couple weeks.
Has he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
he's
it's
been doing
lame.
it for, maybe that was, I never saw him in New Japan, but maybe that was what he did there. I don't know. But boy's getting put on some weight.
That boy is beefy, beefcake. So
someone else too. I don't know if you saw the WWE live pictures of your boy Montez Ford.
See, I've seen people say that was AI. That's a different type of beef that boy was putting on. I thought that was Dawkins at first.
Yeah, but I think it's probably bulk up season for these guys. So
yeah,
that's probably all.
Bulking, and then he'll cut when he goes back to be on TV. So, oh man, I messed up my stuff here. Alrighty. Cut backstage. I thought this was pretty funny. Johnny Gargano was laying face down.
I thought it was
he
stupid.
was all depressed. It was just something. Like I said,
how did he
different.
Get there?
Huh?
How did he get there?
He was crying. His boy Ciampa left.
How did he get there?
He's a loner.
How did he get to the point that he was laying on a bunch of tables face down? How did he get to that point?
Maybe his wife was giving him a back massage, trying to cheer him up.
Well, they didn't say that. They just said he's been like this all day. So
yeah. It was goofy,
how did he get there?
It made me laugh. Like, I like lighthearted wrestling stuff.
I want to know how he got there.
Motor City Machine Guns and Fraxium showed up, started making fun of him. They don't care that he's depressed, whatever.
And then did nothing.
They didn't do nothing. So, backstage, another interview, Rhea and Io were getting interviewed. They're both ready for their individual elimination chamber matches. So they're the tag team champions, but they both also want to go after the heavyweight champions. So they're in their elimination championship matches. And Lash Legend and Nia Jax show up and interrupt. They want a match for the tag team championships.
They need
true tag teams.
Exactly. Yeah. So why not let Io Sky and Rhea Ripley just be the champions of the tag team division and defend their title? Now, why do they both have to be taking singles spots? I know the answer is because they're both big stars and
they're eventually going to build that rivalry back.
And there's probably a rivalry there. Yeah. But why not let somebody else just take a shot? Just try.
Yeah.
Try somebody else. It doesn't always have to be the same people every single year doing the same things.
Can I jump back a little bit when I lost the note I wanted to talk about? So after the Obafemi win, we cut backstage and R-Truth, I think he was talking to Damian Priest and hyping up Obafemi.
I vaguely remember this.
I think R-Truth would be an awesome mentor / manager to go along with Obafemi. R-Truth is in the 50s now. He needs to stop wrestling, but he's comedy gold and he doesn't need to go away. So I think he needs to transition into more of a managerial Paul Heyman type role, but be the opposite, just be his goofy self. And I think putting somebody goofy like him with, we haven't heard Obafemi on the mic a whole lot. So I don't know what,
NXT.
He gets on there. I haven't watched this. I don't know how his personality is, but putting somebody like R-Truth with him, I think would be a lot of fun. So get a cutback. Any thoughts there?
I disagree.
Or just put R-Truth in a manager with somebody. I think he'd
maybe with somebody. Yeah. I don't think Obafemi's the one.
Okay. So
they're making Obafemi like this destruction machine, and then to come out with a goofy cracking jokes manager, I think it would be too much of a. I'm doing the 6-7 thing. I don't mean to be.
6-7. I mean, you had the Undertaker when he first came out was destroying people, and Paul Bearer wasn't telling jokes, but he was goofy, and people laughed at him.
But he was supposed to not be, right? He was supposed to be this serious thing, but he was goofy. Where R-Truth is cracking jokes on purpose, and I don't think. So,
any thoughts about jumping back forward on Lash Legend and Nia Jax challenging Rhea and Io for the tag team championship?
Sure.
All right. Okay. Jump to another backstage promo. Again, at least it's not taped, but Kit Wilson was backstage arguing with Matt Cardona and Apollo Crews about toxic masculinity. I can't remember the last time I saw Apollo Crews on WWE TV. I thought he had retired or got cut or something. I think one of us drafted him, but he's out.
Yeah, he's out. We have him on one of our teams. So.
No, just more. Yeah. I guess building more Kit Wilson matches in the future. So maybe he'll actually get to beat Cardona or Crews.
Probably Crews. I doubt he'll beat Cardona.
Alrighty. So Liv Morgan comes out giving a speech talking about whether she's going to go after Jade Cargill or Stephanie Vaquer. Jade interrupts. Music plays. She comes down, interrupts Liv. Jordan Grace shows up. They start arguing with Raquel and Liv, and we have a sudden match thrown together. We got Jordan and Jade versus Raquel and Liv. Jordan and Jade win. Better. Any thoughts on that match?
My only thought on that was, and it has nothing to do with the match at all, is did you see that they took a photo of CM Punk and Jade Cargill together because they both have now been champion for 100 days? Have you seen this?
I did not see this.
All right. So they've both been champion for 100 days. Congratulations to them. CM Punk has defended his title, 10 times. Jade Cargill has never.
I did see something similar. She's had a total of 5 to 10 minutes worth of matches. Not only Punk's had 10 defenses or whatever. Yeah. She's had 5 to 10 minutes. And they've all been
tag teams.
Yeah.
Tag team matches.
I think she had one squash match a couple weeks ago versus somebody like Chelsea Green or somebody like that.
Since she's had the title, she has not defended it on TV.
Maybe, I'd have to look it up, but maybe it was a non-title match.
That's another thing we can talk about where they do these weird things. I don't know. I think they were hinting at that on Raw, which I guess we'll talk about.
We'll get that, yeah.
say you were the champion, I beat you, and now I'm the number one contender for your title.
Yeah. Why don't I have your title?
Yeah, I should just have your title. Yeah. I mean, I don't understand that theory, but whatever.
Yeah. It's a way to build a rivalry and build heat back and forth quickly when you've got back and forth matches.
Yeah.
And then, so they're setting up Jordynne Grace versus Jade Cargill already. Why so quick? Jordan just got called up. You know, why are they giving her championship
Hopefully
matches?
to win it.
Well,
hopefully to take the title.
But aren't there existing wrestlers that have been around longer that deserve a title shot more than Jordynne Grace?
At this point, I don't care.
Just to get
someone
Jade off.
needs to take the title
Right.
away. And at least Grace is a good wrestler. And I think she'd probably defend it, because the reason that Jade's not defending it is
terrible.
because she can't carry matches.
And they don't want her to hurt anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
So
herself.
So what's the point?
So, alrighty. After that, Drew finally made it to the ring, finally got to speak, started cutting a promo on Cody Rhodes, saying he's not the championship that Hogan was or Bret Hart was. And he started naming all these classic wrestlers that were champion. And then he quickly cut and said, and not Dusty Rhodes, which made me laugh, just rubbing his face that his dad never won the championship. I thought that was funny. And then he started talking about CM Punk, and he called him Fragile Phil. I don't know. Drew had me laughing. I think it was one of the funnier promos he's cutting. Well, he's normally really serious. So it just,
he's
some
serious,
of the jokes
but a lot
he
of
made.
the stuff that he says are very much rooted in like a long time ago type of stuff. And no, Drew's great. I love Drew.
So, after that, Solo was running around looking for the MFTs. Oh, he was looking for his MFTs because he had his match that night and he wanted them to go to the ring with him.
But
he couldn't find anybody.
Prior to that, though, was the Wyatt thing. The Wyatt
the promo.
The promo.
Yeah. And then during him walking around backstage looking for the MFTs, they did the screen glitch and the Wyatt logo showed up. So.
Right, because in that promo, Bo Dallas or Uncle Howdy or whatever said something about being alone is the most scary thing you can be, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then, so obviously he did something with the MFTs.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
So, and then the main event that night was Solo Sikoa versus Randy Orton versus Aleister Black, triple threat match for the men's elimination chamber.
Shocking outcome on this one.
Shocking outcome that Randy won. I mean, I thought there was a chance Solo could win. I didn't see it happening, but I thought it was pretty evident that Randy was going to win. I do think it's really cool that Randy Orton's been doing the RKO for 20-something years now, and they keep coming up with pretty cool, unique ways
to do
for
it.
him to do it. And I thought that was really cool. Him backing into Solo and hit, Solo's lined up for the thumb and he hit the RKO on him. I thought that was pretty cool. So
yeah, it looked cool, but again, very predictable.
Yeah,
no one thought, especially because Orton doesn't really have any history with these guys.
Aleister Black's been losing. I know you like him a lot, but he hasn't won in a while. So, they weren't really going to let him win this match.
Yeah, and Solo's
involved in another feud.
Yeah, so it was too predictable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
fine match, but whatever.
So Randy wins, and he's the first. So now we have, who did we have earlier? Tiffany Stratton as the first women for the Elimination Chamber, and now Randy Orton for the first male contestant in the Elimination Chamber. So,
yep. Cool.
Any further thoughts on SmackDown?
None.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Let's move it up to Raw. Speed it up a little bit.
Our time here a little bit. All
yeah,
right.
Raw's a little bit shorter. I didn't take as many notes. There wasn't quite as many matches as SmackDown, but more than normal. Started with Becky Lynch coming out. She's upset about AJ Lee.
She was so upset she overacted.
Yeah. Lee come out, and that's where they started talking about a match. She's like, I'll give you a match, but not for the title. And AJ Lee's like, why do I want to wrestle you? It's not for the title. And
then she was like, if I win, though, I'm the number one contender for your title. Well, no, if you win, you should just be the champion.
Yeah. So they said AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch at the Elimination Chamber.
Is it for the title?
I think they did end up agreeing to it. It was for the title.
Okay.
I think Adam Pearce came out and said that, but we'll talk more about that once we see an official match. But I think it's going to be for the title.
Okay.
So next up was the Usos versus the Alpha Academy. It was good to see Big Jim back. He's been missing for about a month or so. Hopefully it was just time off with his wife and nothing serious but it was good to see him back. But man, the crowd was really behind Tozawa.
Yeah, Tozawa's a good wrestler.
Tozawa.
if they would take away his goofiness, I mean, they can keep some of it, but get rid of like the really goofy stuff. Like Tozawa would be fine.
That could be a fun rivalry. Tozawa and Carmelo Hayes. They're both small.
God, no, that would not be a good
They're
rivalry.
Both about the same size. They both move well. They both fly. You know,
no, Tozawa feuding with like Real Bravo or something like that. One of those guys.
Give the
Bravo
man a
Americano.
title. Give the man a mid-card title.
No,
no surprise there, but the Usos win.
I think he had like what was that 24/7 championship years ago or whatever. He had one of those. I don't know.
But they hit double spear on Otis, and then they hit the 1D. And then after the match,
and don't forget he missed him by like 6 feet with that his one kick.
Yeah.
I don't know whose fault that is though.
You know,
everyone's blaming Jey Uso for it, but
I don't know whose fault it is. It was Otis's fault for
Otis might have needed to
be
up higher. Yeah. Maybe he thought he was going to be up. He missed his spot. It's kind of like in football. If, you know, they learn these routes and the quarterback just throws it where the guy should be.
Yeah.
And if he's not there, he's not there.
I think it's tough for the wrestlers because they don't know how it looks on camera and what angle they cut to.
Yeah.
But I think the wrestlers need to get better about if they miss a hit, just don't sell it.
Yeah, it's because
then
audible.
You make the
That's
botch.
when you got to make an audible.
So going back, we talked earlier. We haven't talked about it. I'll talk a little bit later forward. We talked about it off air, but okay. After the match, Big Jim comes out and says, "Hey, we're the tag team champions, but I don't want you to give up being on main event Jey Uso. I want you to go out and win the Elimination Chamber."
That's what we were just talking about with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. No,
it's one or the other.
Everyone got sick of Jey Uso. I like Jey Uso. I think he's an entertaining wrestler. I almost said good. He's an entertaining wrestler.
Good. He's entertaining. Yes.
The crowd loves him.
Crowd loves his music.
Yeah, loves his music. Just leave him in the tag team division for now.
Yes.
I mean, maybe down the line you can bring him back, but for now, he did his solo thing. Now he's back. Just let him stay in tag team.
So, alrighty. Liv Morgan and Dirty Dom come down. Dirty Dom gives her some flowers for Valentine's Day. A throwback to Eddie Guerrero giving China roses way back when. I saw that on the internet. I thought that was funny. Stephanie Verker comes down and her and Dom argue back and forth in Spanish, and then she slaps Dom.
Yeah, pointless. 100% pointless.
They're just building the rivalry on who Liv's going to pick, and I don't think she made an official pick that she was going after Stephanie yet. Did she? I think
no, because they're waiting to see if Bianca Belair can come back or not.
Is that it?
Yeah, because if she can, it's probably going to be Bianca versus Jade.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. I have not seen anything on that, but that does make sense. So
Joe Stradamus.
Alrighty, Joe Stradamus in there. So next up, we had a triple threat match for the women. Lyra Valkyria versus Rhea Ripley versus Ivy Nile. I know you've got thoughts on this. We discussed it a little bit ahead of time. So why don't you go ahead?
This was probably the sloppiest match I've seen in quite some time.
I agree.
I was talking to my girlfriend about it. It seemed, for some reason, I don't know why, like Rhea Ripley, if it's Rhea Ripley one-on-one against somebody, it's fine. And there's a couple other female wrestlers that are like that. But when you have these three on, or
and we talked
triple
about
threat
any
matches,
of these matches where you have 3, 4, 5 women at the time, they try and choreograph.
Yeah,
so much
it looks
stuff.
way too choreographed. It's like they just said, okay, you're going to do, like, every second of the match, someone just wrote it out, and then they try to line up with that. And then if the person's out of position, they still just try to do it.
Yeah.
And it looks weird, or they'll wait for the person to decide, oh, I need to be moved over here. And then they just kind of like shimmy over so that they can do the move.
Yeah. There was a spot in this match where Rhea had, I think she had Lyra Valkyria on her shoulders, and she backed toward the corner, and she just kind of stood there, and I was wondering what's going on. And I think it was Ivy Nile climbed the turnbuckle to the corner, and then she like jumped off to do like a bulldog, and Rhea dropped Valkyria early, and it was like a half second early. And, you know, I think, again, going back to what we said about Otis earlier, in these matches, like if you hit every move perfect, it almost looks choreographed. I think some botches can be good. Some missed moves can be good if the wrestlers don't continue to sell it, because then it looks realistic. Hey, I did go for a super kick, and sometimes I miss.
Mm-hmm.
I did try and pull her off your shoulders, but you dropped her early. That is semi-realistic, but it's just sometimes they stop, or like you said, they follow up, or they continue to act like they did the move, even though they didn't.
Right.
And I know it's hard to react and you're following the script and you don't know what the camera picked up or didn't pick up. But I think if the wrestlers got a little bit better about changing the story on the fly.
Yeah, I don't know. That match was garbo.
Okay. Yeah. So Rhea Ripley moves on. Second women, Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton now in the women's elimination.
Again, no
chamber.
shock.
No shock.
That's exactly who I
Yes.
assumed was going to win that match. Should she win that match? No. She's already a tag team champion. Let her be in that division for a while. Obviously, she's going to come back to the singles titles picture eventually. But for now, she's tag team. Why not let Lyra or
Ivy
Nile
give somebody new a shot.
Give somebody new a shot. They don't have to win the elimination chamber, but get somebody different in there.
So, they cut backstage. They had the Judgment Day all together for the first time in a long time. JD McDonough was back. Finn was back. Finn was upset about losing in Ireland. He wants another title shot.
Did you see? I don't know if you noticed. Maybe I'll put it
I was
up.
watching.
Maybe I'll put it up here.
What did I miss? Maybe I missed.
Above Finn Balor was a box.
I did not see a box. I did not.
Painted with the face of the demon on it.
Was it his demon puppet?
It wasn't a puppet. It was just a box, some type of box. I'll find it.
Maybe
I'll put it up
in
here.
the box.
And
What's
it was painted up like the demon. So I think WWE's been liking to do a lot of these weird things in the background. So I wonder if that's like demon versus demon for Elimination Chamber.
That would be
We
cool.
haven't talked about that yet, but
okay. Alrighty. Next up, we had the match of the night: Naughty Natty versus Maxine Dupree.
You'll have to tell me about this because I didn't see it.
It lasted about 5 minutes. The match started. They tumbled around for a couple minutes. They ended up outside the ring in a double count out. Natty put Maxine in the sharpshooter on the announce table.
This should headline WrestleMania Night 1, I think.
AJ Lee came down and Natty gave up and ran away. I don't know why. She's twice as big as AJ Lee. They didn't even fight. And then AJ Lee was helping Maxine to the back, and then Becky attacked her from behind. And
so what you're saying is
for a bit.
next SmackDown, it's going to be
Raw.
Or whatever. Next Raw is going to be AJ Lee and Maxine Dupree versus Natalya and Becky Lynch.
I would bet dollars to donuts that that's the case. Yes.
Joe
Stradamus. Easiest prediction ever. So next up, another match. We had Los Americanos, Rayo and Bravo Americano versus Javon Evans and the OG Americano.
But before it was the Americanos versus Javon Evans and question mark. Like no one knew who that was going to be. It wasn't a shock when we'll call him CG Americano.
OG Americano.
Should be CG Americano.
CG, I don't know what you're talking about. What does CG stand for?
Chad
It's not
Gable.
computer graphics.
Chad Gable Americano.
That was an okay match back and forth. Javon Evans might have pulled off the move of the year.
Yeah,
that was
pretty
absolutely
nuts.
insane. Good for Bravo to take that move, and it took both of them to time it and get it right. But that was one of the coolest moves I've seen forever. And we talked a little bit last week that Braun Breaker did a new move. He did a power bomb into a power slam. I'm really liking to see these new wrestlers bringing out some new moves. Javon Evans, I really like him. He moves. His moves aren't all that different.
He just
abnormal,
makes them look
but
good.
he's
I don't know why.
He's got a weird movement about him. He's tall, he's lean, he's bouncy, he's spinny. He just moves around the ring different than anybody I've ever seen. So
Your
his
boy's
matches
bouncy.
I enjoy watching his matches. So
Yeah, good match.
but yeah, Javon Evans and OG Americano won that. I'm sure they're setting up some sort of a mask versus mask match at WrestleMania. And we'll see. Or maybe they'll put that at AAA because they've been feuding at AAA as well.
Yeah, which is weird because here
The
OG
Americano
is the good guy.
Yeah.
New school, is that what they call him? What's the new Americano?
I think they just call him El Grande Americano.
El Grande Americano is the bad guy. But in AAA, OG Americano is super heel.
Yeah.
And the Ludwig Kaiser Americano is like super over. He's like the most popular guy there. So it's
they've
super
changed
weird.
his look the last month. He's wearing
he's
more
wearing
of the
like green
Mexican
and
colors,
stuff,
and then the OG Americano is still wearing the American colors. So I like it. I'm excited. I like that type of gimmicky wrestling gimmicks. I know you don't like it as much.
I like it as long as it stays in its lane. As long as it stays there. The second it starts bleeding into
the Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania,
well, even they can have a match at WrestleMania. There's
Night
room.
one,
There's room, right?
night
I'm fine
one,
with that.
main event,
but
right?
like, if OG Americano comes out and beats Obafemi next week, I have a problem with that. However, I don't have a problem if Chad Gable came out and beat Obafemi next week.
Okay,
because it's not gimmicky.
I don't know what they have to do with each other, but it's okay. All righty. So main event, we had LA Knight versus Austin Theory versus Penta.
Yep.
Did you think this was a predictable match?
I guess probably not. This might be, of all of them, the least predictable one. I knew Austin Theory wasn't going to win, and I kind of thought WWE hated LA Knight at this point. So I guess that left me with Penta. But, so I guess not.
Yeah,
I guess not.
I would say if I had to pick, I would have picked LA Knight, but because he's been on such a bad run lately, I could have seen them having the Vision interfere, which they did, and helping Austin Theory win. And so he gets into the match, but it's not legit. I could have seen Penta win. LA Knight ended up winning, and then we had the appearance of the Hooded Man again, this time attacking Austin Theory, costing him the match and helping LA Knight win.
Yeah, I think it's it's probably supposed to be Seth Rollins. Or they're going to swerve everybody, right? Because I have read that a lot on the internet as well, that's supposed to make us think that it's Seth Rollins that's in that. I guess it's Grayson Waller, I guess they said, is actually the person who's doing it, but I don't think it's going to be revealed to be Grayson Waller. Be cool if it was somebody different. I've seen it should be Omos.
Yeah, I've seen Adam Pearce. I've seen Seth Rollins. It's only a shoulder injury. He can do the stomp.
He can.
I've seen, at one point people said Logan Paul, but it clear wasn't Logan Paul last night. I saw people say Jake Paul. I've seen people say Johnny Moxley.
Well, it's not Johnny Moxley. He's under contract.
I'm just saying what I've seen.
I guess it could be Jericho. Potentially.
I think he's a little too thin to be Jericho these days. They could reveal it to be Jericho.
It's Omos.
Yeah, Omos. So,
Omos.
Any thoughts on LA Knight winning? Now we got LA Knight and Randy Orton as the 2 of the 6 in the men's elimination chamber.
No, of those 3, I would say LA Knight winning is probably the best choice.
Yeah, I think it makes sense
him
for
or
where
Penta,
he's at
but
and where he's over with the crowd. The crowd's going to be.
They're going to screw him over at Elimination Chamber.
So the crowd's going to be pulling for him to win it.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I just don't know who I don't know how they tie him into LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. I just don't see that happening at WrestleMania.
Something different, though.
It would be.
I'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hate it.
So, any further thoughts on Raw before we move on? I got a couple questions I want to throw at you before we wrap up tonight.
We're pushing long video here. So let's.
Do you want me to save these questions for next time?
No, let it rip.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Brian Breaker's injury. We didn't talk about that. So they announced he hurt his groin area, or his what they call that.
He had hernia.
Your hernia. That's it. He had a hernia. He had to have surgery for. Some people, I think, it happened last week on Raw, but I think didn't.
They're trying to say it was
Paul
when he
Heyman
flipped the table or something, but
he came out and said it happened like doing more the strongest leg press in the history of ever or whatever.
Yeah.
But so where does that leave us? Hopefully he's back by WrestleMania time or so. That's
I don't know. That one's gonna be a rough one. It makes me wonder. I guess I did read that this has nothing to do with it, but if that's why they made him go out like he did at the Royal Rumble. He was already hurt going into that. So they just did a goofy angle like that to try to just get him out of it quick. They say that has nothing to do with it, but who knows? I guess we'll have to wait for season 3 of Unreal to find that worst TV show on TV.
Alrighty, because I know they were building toward Brian Breaker, or one of the rumors they were building toward Brian Breaker versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and now they're both injured. We'll see if they can both make it match, or maybe they'll have a handicap match.
Yeah, they should both. If they're both hurt, it should be fine.
So my next question is last Tuesday, Joe Hendry won the NXT Championship in a 7-man ladder match. It was actually pretty fun. I watched it just because I like Joe Hendry and I was curious what they were going to do. So I watched it. I was excited to see him win a championship. He's a lot of fun. I was hoping he would get a main roster call up, but it looks like he's going to be at NXT for a while.
Before Obafemi got brought up to the main roster, he was the NXT champion. That's why they did this. So I don't think him winning the title necessarily negates him coming to the main roster anytime soon.
But it delays it by a couple months.
I think the main thing that's going to delay him coming up anytime soon is the fact that Obafemi just came up, Trick Williams just came up, Jordan Grace just came up. I think did Sol Ruka come up? I don't know if she did
was in
officially
Royal Rumble,
or not.
but I think she actually wrestled last Tuesday as well.
You know, they just lost a lot of NXT star power.
So do you think they wanted to keep him?
I think they might need to keep him there for a little bit, just to kind of build up some people. Maybe go into a short storyline with some up and comer. I don't know who, but somebody. And then he loses the title, and then he comes up. I doubt they'll do like they did with Obafemi, where he won and then just left his title in the ring. I doubt they'll do that, but I don't know. I think it's fine.
Okay, just curious. I know you introduced me to Joe Hendry probably this time last year.
Mm-hmm.
We all like him. He's not the greatest wrestler, but he's not the worst either. He's obviously funny. I like his gimmick. I like gimmicky wrestlers. So I would like to see him on the main roster.
Is he signed to WWE yet?
I thought.
Or is he still in TNA?
I thought he had signed earlier this year, late last year.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that. I'm not 100% sure.
I thought I seen that he had signed, but I could be wrong. So, alrighty. Well, that's all I had for the night. Anything? Last thing you want to add?
Next video.
New landscape.
New landscape of WWE Wrestlestop. Wait, no, I shouldn't say that. New landscape of just Wrestlestop. We're not sponsored by WWE.
Nope, not yet. Not yet.
A lot of new stuff coming. Yeah, hopefully it's good. Hopefully you guys like it. Next video, next full video.
I'm super excited.
Not short.
I've seen hints, but
not live streams. Our next full video. So probably this time next week.
That's the plan.
Unless we decide to do something else. Maybe. We'll see.
Maybe
how we feel.
We'll put out a Valentine's Day video.
Oh, Valentine's Day one. Of us just holding hands.
I get to be the big thumb. I'm not allowed to be the big thumb at home.
Yeah, look at this where I busted my finger. Anyway, all right. That's enough of this. All right. So thank you, everybody. I think we're at 7,942 million subs now. Something like that.
155.
Oh, 155. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong number.
Again, at the beginning of the year, we were still under 100.
Yeah, we're at like 40.
We've got 50% more viewers in the last 4 to 6 weeks. So we're growing. We're growing fast.
We're doing pretty good. We appreciate it. It's because of you guys. So thank you for that. We do have our TikTok channel up. I don't remember what the link is for it.
Wrestlestop. Just search Wrestlestop.
Is it just Wrestlestop? All right. And we got some other stuff. We have an Instagram coming. We have a Facebook. And we had one more. Oh, I have a Discord too, but we'll talk about that later. That's all
streaming.
That's all part of 2.0. So yeah, thank you everybody. Thanks for watching. Sorry this video was a little bit long. We probably should have just cut it into 2 videos, but
maybe
whatever.
We still can. We need to learn to put the stop in Wrestlestop.
That's right. A lot of cool things coming. Hope you guys like it. Next video, Wrestlestop 2.0. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening.
Happy Valentine's Day.